Okay, let's go grab a battery. I only got 72-volt batteries, guys, so. Alright, so yeah, it is kind of messed up, but. Okay. Connect it. Oh yeah, the switch is not on. There we go. Okay, that was nice. I could get to the breaker easily. Okay, and I need keys. Just put this guy down here. All right. Oh, there we go. It fired up. My headlight's on. Okay, I'm getting some kind of errors from the egg rider, but the bike fired up, no problem. Okay. So I've got an error 23. And another thing I don't like about this EBMX controller is there's no manual, man. They should have like a manual for this thing, dude. It kind of, kind of pisses me off. Then people don't make manuals. Even the KO controller doesn't have a manual to it either, man. Just kind of have to figure it out on your own. Anyway, we're getting error code 23 and 14. Okay, we're getting an error code 23 and 14. All right, I don't know what that is, but we just fired it up. So we're gonna go start the EBMX app. Hopefully it'll connect. I want to give it access to my location. I don't know why, but that's okay. Just allow everything. Okay. Select your device, X-9000. It must be able to see it already. There you go. Boom. First connection, guys. So there you go. We got 72.3 volts. 73.1. Close enough. Motor temp is 57 Fahrenheit. Motor power 0. Okay. And then we need to go set this thing up, guys. I think we got to go to settings maybe. And then, oh, I forgot. There's a way to set this up, but controller calibration. Yeah, so we got to do all this stuff, and I don't know what order to do this stuff, guys. I might go check a video out, but hey, it works. It's connected to the controller, no problem. I don't know what these error codes are. There's a race mode. What does a race mean? Oh, there's a race and a street mode. Yeah, so. And it's not working. Okay. Yeah, so this is just a dash. I think fault code. There you go. Throttle voltage. All right, that means we have to calibrate the throttle. All right, we've got flash corruption app. Flash corruption. Fault. Flash corruption app. I wonder what that is. Okay, I don't know what that is. Hopefully we can fix it. But it's something wrong with the throttle. Okay, so let's see if we can fix that real quick. We'll go to throttle, twist throttle functionality, off throttle regen, but it's not on, so why? It's on regen. There it is. There's a regen throttle, guys. Oh, I love it. All right, I have no idea how to work this app, guys. Where's the throttle calibration? It's not in this window. You gotta go, I guess you gotta go to controller calibration and then do twist throttle calibration. All right. Okay, I give it throttle, it does nothing. Okay, guys, so we're gonna set that up. The setup will start in 5 seconds. All right, this setup wizard is used to set up your throttle minimum and maximum voltage, okay? Just in case you guys don't know, I have a domino throttle on my bike, okay? So the good thing about these controllers is they have this throttle calibration, so it'll find their minimum and maximum voltages, and you can put pretty much any throttle on your bike, all right? As long as the voltages fall within its limits, okay? So the current voltage is 0. Tap the button to start the setup, okay? All right, so this is gonna... Okay, release the throttle. Okay, press the throttle. Okay, that's it. That was interesting. So, and then we want to save. Does that fault go away? Something about flash corruption. Okay. Okay, and then I think we want to set. I don't know, man. So the bike type is Suron Light B. I'm gonna see if I can set this up, guys. No promises. Okay, no promises. Hayes Mega is gonna try to wing this. All right, so we have a Suron Light B. All right, there's Ultra B and Talaria Sting and some other bikes. We are riding a Light B. Okay, the motor type. There's a bunch of motors in here. All right. Well, in my bike, I have the KO F spec. There's Hall sensor and encoder. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna pick Hall sensor. All right. The battery, it should be 72 volts, and that's correct. All right. Oh, you can put an 82 volt battery in. That's interesting. So you can't put a better battery in here. Battery model. It's not in here. Yeah. There's only two 72 volt batteries. There's the EBMX high power harness and the EBMX stock harness. So I don't have the high power harness. We'll put the stock harness. I don't know what the settings for the EBMX battery is. I wonder if there's a way you can set all the settings for the batteries, like the KO controller. All right. Street mode, current limit, race mode, 225. Does 225 sound good? Yeah, let's keep it there for now. Okay, there's the wheel diameter, the gear ratio, what the units are, Fahrenheit. So I'm just going to try to set this up where it'll just run, all right, first. The motor direction is anti-clockwise. I think that's right. Miles per hour, Fahrenheit, that's good. Stock switch as reverse gear is off. I don't have the stock switch anymore. I took it off. All right, hit save. Okay. Do you want to calibrate the motor? Please note that the motor may not work properly if you don't perform calibration. Yes. Okay. This is going to turn the motor slowly. Make sure that nothing is in the way. Okay. Yeah, I got this chair right next to my wheel right here. So, okay, we're gonna go start that. It's gonna start moving. Okay. Hopefully it works. Oh, look, did you see that? It was moving back, then it's moving forward. Okay. It says it's successfully calibrated. Oh, look at that. All right. We're going to hit save. No change. Okay, good. Boom. And we go to dashboard, and I still have this fault code. Okay. Does the bike run, though? No, it doesn't run. Okay, still not working. Diagnose. Throttle 0. Okay, throttle works. 5 volts is our max. Regen. Okay, there's a regen throttle working. Okay, I'm hitting the regen throttle. So now we're getting the error code 14 now. So we got to figure out what the error code 14 is. Let me go look it up. Okay, I managed to download a manual. I'll probably go look at it in a bit. Man, the bike does not run. I'm kind of disappointed, guys. My KO one didn't work in the first try either, so we'll figure it out. So it says fault code flash corruption. That's what this code 14 is. It has something to do with the flash or something. So we're going to have to show that to EBMX, I guess. It's kind of annoying. Bike don't run. Okay. Let's turn the bike off and we'll turn it back on. All right. But we're still getting the error code 14. What was the other one? The other code was the throttle. All right, and we fixed that. So okay, I turned it off. I'll turn it back on. Okay, turned on. Okay, looks fine. It's not giving me any codes. Maybe it'll start. Nope. Nothing. Maybe we have to hit forward. Race 1. Oh, there we go. Okay, you got to put it on. You got to put it on race 1. All right, guys. So, I think 0 is like a neutral. I totally didn't think about that. There's yeah. So there's 1, 2. There's 3 race modes. All right. There's 0, 1, 2, 3. I think there's a reverse mode too. See, you can make it go the other direction. Pretty cool. I got a reverse on my bike now, guys. All right, and then 0 is neutral. All right, that's why it wouldn't run before. Okay. There's 1. I don't know the difference between 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna have to mess around with that. But hey, my bike runs. It's good. All right, let's see if the regen throttle works. Oh, there we go. The regen throttle works, guys. Yeah, I got my regen throttle back. All right, it's kind of gentle in the stopping. I want, like, you know, I want a lot of, like, when I give it a lot of regen, I want it to lock the rear up, guys. So, anyway, so there it is. I got it working, guys. All I had to do was restart the bike. Okay, so this is what the SW102 display looks like. All right, the Egg Rider display. It's just like an Egg Rider, guys. You have race. This tells you your modes on the top. All right, guys, like I showed you. 0 is neutral. There's a reverse. You can go up 1, 2, and 3. I don't know how many modes that you can put. I guess you can change it to like a street mode also. That has, and you could put like speed limiters on it and stuff. There's your speedometer in miles per hour. I got it set. There's a trip meter. Ooh, very nice. I like this, man. You know, I hate to say it. I missed the Egg Rider, dude. I had the Egg Rider with my BAC 2000, and I like that little guy, and it's nice to have it back again. All right, and then there's a battery meter here, all right, and we're at 72.3 volts. 72 volts should be about half a charge, so that looks like it's about right, okay? The battery settings, I'm not sure, guys. I don't know how to set that, but you definitely don't want to exceed how much, you know. I know this battery can handle around 200 amps of current, okay? So I'm going to set everything up similar to how I had it before. So one thing I did like, I haven't messed around with the new app, or I haven't messed around with this new app, the EBMX app, but the nice thing about the KO Moto controller is that you can set different, what's the word? You can set different profiles, all right? You can have a profile for dirt biking, you can have a profile for drag racing, you could have a profile for supermoto, and that's what I did, all right? To tell you the truth, I really only used one mode, guys. I used the supermoto settings, all right? I set it for 15 kilowatts, and that was it, all right? So anyway, there you go. The bike is all set up. Let's go back into the app. Okay, we're in the app. We're gonna go to dashboard, and there we go. So it says the battery level is 72. It says it's fully charged, but it shouldn't be. There's the motor temp. All right, there's the miles per hour. Okay. Let's see what other stuff there is to mess around with in here, and then I'll let you guys go. Okay, so I don't really know how to use this software, but we'll take a quick tour of it. All right. And then when I play around with it more, I'll tell you some kind of tips and tricks I've learned with it. Okay, so I have to learn this new software. I got used to using the KO stuff, and then I got used to using the BAC controller, and then now I've got to learn another one. Okay, freaking A, man. All right, but so far it looks pretty user friendly, is what I'm gonna say. All right, so here's the general. This is where we did all the settings. I got Sauron Lightby, KO SPEC, Hall sensor. I don't know what encoder is. Is there an encoder motor? I'm not sure. All right, we've got a 72 volt battery or a 20S battery. It's set to 72 volts with the stock harness. You can set your street mode current limit. It says 0. Then your race mode, all right, current limit is 225. All right, and then there's your wheel diameter. I have to find out what the wheel diameter for, well, what we got to do is hook up a GPS to this, and then we'll adjust the wheel diameter until we get it to how we want it. But I will figure out I'll find out what the supermoto wheel size is for the wheel diameter, okay? Hayes Mega runs a 17 and a 16-inch wheel, and they're really, really close in diameter. Okay, there's a gear ratio, 919. I don't know what that is, so I have to look in the manual. All right, there's your temperature units, your speed in miles per hour or kph, what direction the motor moves. You can use your stock switch as a reverse gear, or you could just use the egg rider. I would just use the egg rider, I guess. I would like to have the stock switch. I do like it, you know. And then you can set the defaults. Oh, here you go, modes and levels. There you go. So here you can set the different modes and stuff. All right. So for in race mode, 1 is set to 10 kilowatts. All right. 2 is set to 12 kilowatts, and 3 is set to 15 kilowatts. So one thing Hades Mega liked to do when I was using the KO Moto controller is I like to put it in a lower power mode. All right. I would put it in eco mode. All right. I have the eco and power switch. And when I was riding in kind of technical terrain where I didn't need a lot of power, or if I was going down the hills and stuff, I didn't want to accidentally whiskey throttle it, I would throw it in eco mode in those situations, okay? And that's what you can do with these, all right? So but you got to pay attention to what mode you're in, all right? It's not as simple as like, oh, eco mode and sport mode. There's a button for each one, you know. This one you have to actually set it and stuff, okay? But yeah, you got a 1, 2, and 3 power modes. You've got your motor current in phase amps, so you can set the power level, all right, or that's how many amps it will draw from the battery. Okay. On the KO app, this would be in current, all right. So like about 200 amps, all right, around like 210 amps or 220 amps, that's around 15 kilowatts, guys. So now I got to learn something else. It's kind of easier here though. I think kilowatts is kind of easier. You can kind of it's kind of like horsepower, you know, how much horsepower you have to get used to, like what a lot of horsepower is or what a little bit. Well, I know that Sauron is about 5 kilowatts stock. So if you want stock power, it was 5, all right? And then if you want like twice as much as stock, that's 10, all right? So mode 1 is twice as powerful as the stock Sauron, all right? Mode 2 is about as powerful as Ultra B, all right? And mode 3 is faster than Ultra B. Okay, guys? And here you got your phase amps, all right? Phase amps is the torque, guys. So it's how fast that power comes on, all right? That's the phase amps, all right? And then this reverse strength. I think this is the regen, all right? You know what? No, it's not. I'm not really sure what reverse strength is. I think that might be how much power there is when you're in the reverse mode, guys. Okay, so if you want it to go fast in reverse, crank it all up to 100. I don't know if I would use that reverse on a Sauron Light B very much. We'll see. Okay, there's the throttle again. All right, you can set it to off and acceleration. Okay, whatever. You can set off throttle regen. All right, that's when you let off on the throttle and it will automatically regen. I don't want that. All right, the reason I bought this controller was for wha-bam, thumb throttle. All right, guys, the thumb throttle is a regen brake. All right, guys, you can also use it to accelerate too if you want, if you set it that way. Okay, but well, no, we're not going to do that. All right, and then this is how much it ramps and how much negative ramping there is. Wait a minute. Is this for the throttle or the regen throttle? Okay. Yeah, this is adjust the throttle, how it behaves, all right? So how fast the bike will accelerate type of thing, okay? Yeah, I'm not going to play around with that yet, all right? But I want a lot of power. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of playing around again. All right, this is the controller calibration screen where I just showed you. What's custom max throttle voltage? I feel like we didn't set the throttle up properly because I remember it goes up to 5 volts. I don't think the max throttle is right. We can set this up again. I want to try to set it up again. All right. Please change mode to 0 by hitting the down. Okay. All right. I just put it in mode 0. We're going to do this recalibration again. All right. Setup will be started in something seconds. Okay, release the throttle. Okay, I'm not on the throttle. Okay, and then full throttle. Oh, 2.96. Save. Okay, so that was higher than before, so maybe I want to try it again. Let's try it again. Get on that throttle fast, 80s Omega, come on. Okay, release the throttle and then just give it the beans. Okay. It was 2.96 before. It said 0. This is wrong. Why did it do that? Let's redo it. Yeah, it seems kind of finicky. Okay, I'm not on the throttle. Okay, I'm gonna twist the throttle. Oh yeah, you want to twist it slowly. See, now I got 3.63. What the freak, guys? It's like a different voltage every time. Anyway, we'll just save it. Okay, so now it's 3.63. I'm gonna mess around with that a little bit, alright? We're gonna see if we can get any consistent readings from that, alright? Oh, there's a thumb throttle calibration too. Alright, let's do that too. Alright, so we're gonna, it's same thing, alright? So there's the thumb throttle right here, okay? We're gonna turn the light on. Alright, we're gonna start the setup. The current voltage is, okay, I'm not on the throttle. It's kind of a weird setup, man. Okay, I'm gonna slowly ramp it up. Okay, 4.3 something, okay. Alright, save, boom, alright, so calibrated. I don't know why. Let's do it again. Remember, it was 0.86 and 4.35. Let's see if it changes. 0.86, yeah, that's where it is. It's kind of odd. Alright. It's going to take your minimum voltage. Okay, I'm going to give it a little bit of throttle slowly. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, well, that's good. So there you go. I showed you how to do the calibration with the throttles. That's very important, guys. That's one of the first things you should be doing. This is motor temperature cutoff start, motor temperature cutoff end. Alright, so I guess that's when it's going to start throttling you if your motor gets too hot. Alright, motor temperature sensor and the sensors. This is the field weakening percentage. 100%. Safe. Okay. 100% field weakening. I want to go as fast as I can. Alright, so peripheral setup. Alright, so this is if you have a brake sensor, if you still have your tilt sensor or your kickstand sensor. Alright, if you still have those, you can set it if you want to use it or not. Alright, my bike has none of that stuff, so I'm not even gonna mess around with it. Alright, this is the 12-volt power supply. That's that mystery cable that's underneath in my skid plate. Okay, guys, you can use it to turn the coolant pump on. You could use the headlight to turn it on and off. There's this way to turn it on and off with the switch. Okay, guys, that's kind of cool. I think I might want to do that. All right, and then there's these other 12-volt outputs. So you have 4 outputs on the X-9000. Okay, guys, one of them is reserved for a coolant pump. Another one is reserved for a headlight, and then you've got 3 and 4. All right, so that's kind of cool. I don't think I changed anything. I'm not going to save. So, okay, advanced settings. You need some kind of password. I don't know the password. Okay, that's if you're a EBMX person. All right, EBMX employee. There's a diagnostics. All right, you can see what the voltage is and stuff, all the sensors and everything. Okay, the throttle is at 0. When I get on the throttle, I should see that move. Okay, there you go. I got 5 volts. So that tells me, what the hell, dude? The throttle is outputting 5 volts, but I'm pretty sure when we did the calibration, we didn't get 5 volts, guys. So I don't know what's up, man. What's wrong with it? And then there's the regen. All right, regen is 0.86, and then when I get on it, 4.3 something. Okay, that's pretty consistent. I remember that. All right. There's some fault codes. There's 0 fault codes. These are the Hall sensors. So that must mean we must be the rotor is probably at the B Hall sensor. Okay, guys. So you know there's 3 magnets, right? or three. There's 3 poles. There's 3 poles. Yeah, and then so these are like sensors and stuff. Okay, it's for diagnostics. And that's it. That's all you can do with it. All right, you can edit. I can call it something. We're gonna call this Hades Omega Moto. Boom. All right, there you go. Oops, I must have hit 1 or something. Hades Omega Moto. All right, it shows your serial number here. All right, and I think that's it. That's all that you can do with this app. Pretty interesting. It's pretty straightforward. I like it. It's simple and pretty easy to use. All right, this is where the fault codes are. There's no fault codes right now. I was kind of worried when it had that that firmware fault. Yeah, I was like, what the heck? What happened? But what's this do? Oh, okay, this changes the gauge thing. All right, so you can see what the gauges are. I guess it only works in horizontal. Here you got a speedometer. You got your controller temp here. You got your motor phase currents here. Battery current. All right, I wonder if this is data logging. That would be nice. Amp hours used, 3 watt hours. Mode 0. If I put it in mode 1, it'd probably change to 1. Yep, just changed to 1. Okay. Regen is 0.9 volts. I guess it rounded up or something. I'm going to hit the regen throttle right now. You'll see that move. Okay. 1.3. I will put it back in neutral. Throttle input. All right. It's at 0 right now. And I get on it. It goes to 5 volts. So I might want to recalibrate that until it goes to the right voltage. All right. It's very important that your throttle be calibrated properly, guys. There's your motor RPM. Yeah, we can blip the throttle a little bit. Okay. Motor power. Yeah, you can see the motor power. That's how much power is going through your motor. Probably not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of load on it. There's your motor temp, 59 degrees Fahrenheit, and then there's the battery level. I don't know. That doesn't seem right, man. It's 4 bars. It should be like half. It should be 3 or 2 bars. Okay, guys. But the egg rider is correct. All right. The egg rider there's 2 bars. Okay. What is this brake thing? There's a picture of a brake here, but it doesn't do anything. Okay, and I think this makes you go back to the other mode. Okay. And there you go. So that is the EBMX app. All right, that's the first time I fired up. I calibrated it and I set everything. And hey, I figured it out on my own, guys. All right. So all right, guys. So that's pretty much it. I think I'm done with my EBMX install vlog. All right. Like I said, this isn't a how-to video. It was just me kind of learning how to install it. And you guys were coming along for the ride. Okay. But yeah, I got it on there. Installing the controller is a pain in the ass, man. There's so many wires coming out of it. I kind of don't like that design. I can understand why they designed it like that, so water wouldn't get in the controller or something. You know, it's probably better than a connector, all right, sticking out. But in my opinion, the KO Moto controller was way easier to install, man. There's way less stuff coming out of the back of it, man. There's only 1 wire coming out, right? However, this is cool. It's got its own, you get your own display, all right? You get a fancy display, like an egg rider display. It's SW102 is what it's called, but it looks like an egg rider, guys. You get a regen throttle, and then, yeah, you can still use the app, all right? And yeah, and you get a regen throttle. I mean, that's awesome, all right? And then you got another harness where you can do other stuff with it, okay? So, I don't know what I'm going to do with that 12-volt wire thing. Plus, you know what? I don't even know what the pinouts are. I don't know what wire does what, okay, guys? So when I figure that out, maybe I might use that to activate my my headlight, right? But I do have a headlight switch right here, so I have a mechanical one. I don't really need a thing, okay? Okay, anyway, so that's the end of the video, guys. So in this video, I showed you the clamp. I cleaned up the rest of the wiring, and then we fired the bike up, and then I got the bike running, all right? I was kind of scratching my head for a little while. It's a little bit different than the KO Moto app, but it's pretty It's pretty simple. All right, it's not super difficult. In my opinion, it's probably easier to operate than the KO Moto app. The KO Moto app is a little more advanced. Okay, but the key is, can I get it to do what I want it to do? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I had that KO controller perfect. All right, I had it the way I wanted. All right, and it's going to be different for everybody. All right, everybody has their own riding style. Everyone has, you know, they want to set it up their way. Okay, me, I like a lot of regen, and I want the throttle like really, you know, I like a really fast, abrupt throttle. All right, I need that for racing. Okay, yeah, okay, and so when we fired it up and I connect the app to it, and boom, that was it. It was simple. All right, I was pretty impressed how easy it was. I'm not gonna lie, when I installed the KO controller, that it didn't work also. Okay, so all right, but I got this one working a lot faster than I did the KO. All right, but I'm not gonna lie, with the KO Moto's smartphone app, it's super easy to set the bike up. All right, I think they did a great job on that app. This one, so yeah, this one, if there's no way to set the bike up, all right, there's no setup mode or something. All right, I'll talk about the differences between the KO Moto setup and the EBMX setup. Okay, the KO Moto setup, once you install a new firmware, you're gonna go into a setup wizard, all right, or a setup mode or something, all right, and it's gonna ask you, oh, what bike is this on? What kind of battery do you have? And what kind of motor do you know, all that stuff, all right, all the stuff that was in the calibration menu of the EBMX, all right, so. And then it does a motor calibration and all that stuff, and then the bike runs, all right, and then you just go to the setup and then you plug in all the stuff that you want, all right. This one didn't have anything like that, all right, so you kind of have to know what to do already, all right. Well, the first thing I wanted to do is clear out all the codes, all right, the error codes, all right. So yeah, the nice thing about this is it has the egg rider display and it tells you what the error codes are, all right. And then I had to go find the manual for this thing and then look at where the codes are. Okay, the first code was throttle error. Okay, there's something wrong with the throttle, so obviously it's got a throttle that it's never seen before, and we need to calibrate it. All right, so that's the first thing you should do, guys, when you get your bike, when you turn your bike on after installing the controller. Put the calibrate the throttle, all right? And remember, you got two throttles, all right? So I only calibrated one of them, but yeah, you've got the regular throttle and you got the regen throttle, right? You have to calibrate both of them, right? The calibration, how can I say, man, I think I've done the KO throttle calibration, and now I've done the EBMX one. It's basically you just follow the directions, all right, guys. All it does is it takes your minimum voltage and your maximum voltage, all right, and then like it tells the computer, don't go past these voltages, okay. This is what you're supposed to map your throttle with, all right. So yeah, and like I mentioned, I have a Domino throttle. It's an aftermarket throttle. It's not a Suron throttle, okay, and it worked fine with it, all right. However, it's having a problem seeing the full voltage, all right? So when I look at the diagnostic mode, I see I'm getting 5 volts at full twist, all right? And then when I do the calibration, I'm only getting like 3 volts. So I won't know if there's a way you can manually change it. That would be nice, all right? Because that calibration thing, it's not working properly. Okay, I'll see if I can figure that out. But the regen throttle works fine, all right? So. But yeah, I got it to work with the Domino throttle. I don't know how good it is yet, though. I'm gonna have to take it for a ride and see how it is. The way you operate it is different. The KO controller works very similar to like a stock Suron. All right, there's just eco mode and sport mode. All right, this one it's like you got gears. Okay, there's like a mode or different modes. All right, you got mode 0. All right. And then you got mode 1, 2, and 3, okay? And then you have a reverse mode, all right? So you got 1 reverse and 3 forwards, okay, guys? And they're just different power levels, okay? And you can set them independent, all right? So that's kind of like your profiles, all right, on the Komodo app. You can set different profiles and stuff, all right. But it's also similar to having the eco mode and sport mode switch, okay. I kind of like the eco mode and sport mode switch. It's just simple, you know. You just flick it up or flick it down, you know. This one you kind of have to pay attention to what mode you're in, okay? If you accidentally put it in mode 0 and the bike doesn't go, then when the green flag goes up and the bike doesn't go, yeah, okay. Or somebody mess around with your bike, you know, that kind of thing, okay. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the first startup. I got the bike running and with minimal headaches, is what I want to say, all right. But yeah, I had to figure out how to navigate the app and all that stuff, but it's pretty straightforward, okay. And then now begins the fun part of tuning it. All right, I think the first thing I'm going to do is probably figure out what speeds that we need, all right. Figure out how much regen I want. All right, I want a lot of regen. All right, when I smash that regen throttle all the way, I want it to lock the rear up. Okay. So anyway, when I get around to it, we'll go do a test ride video. All right, we'll go around and then I'll let you guys know how it is riding with the bike. Maybe we'll do a first ride video. Okay, guys, and then I'll let you know what it feels like riding. All right, with just the basic settings set up. Okay. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope this was entertaining and educational. All right, that's Hayes Mega I fixed the wiring today. All right, I tidied it up a little bit. I still got a lot more wiring to do. As you can see, there's some guts hanging out here. But yeah, I got the bike running. We fired the app up for the first time, and I got everything calibrated and all the settings set up. And it looks like the bike is running, but I have to take it out for a test ride. All right, so that will probably be the next video. Okay, and then I gave you guys a tour of the app. All right, I may break this up into like 2 videos, I guess. Okay, thanks for watching. Hayes Miguel.